Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Christy Agu and I would like to ask you folks a question. What is the most popular coffee shop right here that everybody goes to in Lihui? You're correct, it's Starbucks. How many of you folks drink coffee? Well, the subject I will be informing you folks about is Starbucks Coffee Company. As there are many coffee drinkers out there who consume about 2,250,000,000 cups of coffee worldwide each day. According to worldpress.com, most of those people who are consuming those cups of coffee don't know why Starbucks is Starbucks. So let me first talk a little about myself. When I was a young girl, I bought things that look nice, very pretty, unique, and must-have item. Why did I do that? Because my interest was drawn to the things that I was attracted to. Though there are many things that we are attracted to, you and I don't see the background, the history that comes within those items. Many people go to Starbucks. Why? Because it's a coffee shop and people like to drink coffee. But how much do we know about this franchise? So I like Hello Kitty, and I like basketball shoes. So today, I will be talking to you about 3 things. The history of Starbucks, the meaning behind the Starbucks logo, and how Starbucks is influenced to be go green. Well, let's take a look at where, when, and why Starbucks was first created. The story of Starbucks began in the year 1971. In the beginning, according to Starbucks company profile, there were only a roaster and retailer of whole bean and grounded coffee, along with teas and spices, with a single store located in Seattle's Pike Marketplace. Since the year 1971, Starbucks has had the privilege of connecting with millions of customers every day with exceptional products in nearly 18,000 retail stores in a total of 60 countries as of July 2012. So that's about almost a year ago. To name a few, this includes places like Argentina, Egypt, Philippines, Saudi Arabia, Scotland, US, Taiwan, Romania, Indonesia, and the list goes on and on. But you get the point. They're huge. According to the New York Times on July 2010, Starbucks announced to offer free Wi-Fi in all their stores in the United States via AT&T. With the click, many people can connect for free, and that's not all. In case customers run out of distractions on the web, Starbucks offers more reasons to stay. They offer free online articles, music, videos, and local information through partnership with Yahoo. But probably some of you folks already knew about the free Wi-Fi. Starbucks also has a mission statement, which is to inspire and nurture the human spirit. One person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. By the looks of it, Starbucks successfully succeeded their mission. Now you may be wondering, how did Starbucks get its name? According to Starbucks.com, Starbucks is named after the first mate in the book titled Moby Dick, written by Herman Melville. How many of you folks read that book? Not many, I see. Well, this book is about Captain Ahab, who goes crazy hunting a white whale, but I'm not going into full details about it. Well, this then links into the history of its logos. So, Starbucks. Star means astrology, like the stars in the sky. And bucks means god of money. The name Starbucks relates to the Greek mythologies. As you can see in this slide, this is the first Starbucks logo. According to implication from slavery.com, this message of it was simple. Drink our coffee and get 2 tails. By hearing that, you must be thinking, huh? Without a doubt, translating that means that a naked woman with her legs spread is a reference to sexual innuendo. The siren, which is this person figure in the middle, as you may call from Greek mythology, was an alluring and irresistible female figure, typically half fish and half woman, much like a mermaid. The siren's objective was to seduce the seagoing mariner with a powerful, enticing song, most often to the unfortunate demands of the susceptible sailor who could not resist temptation. There was something about her, a seductive mystery mixed with a nocturnal theme that was exactly what the founders were looking for. A logo was then designed around her, and the Starbucks' long relationship with the siren began. This logo lasted about 16 years, from 1971 to 1987. The symbol of the mermaid siren was not to suggest the demands of the customers who bought the coffee, but rather to represent the irresistible and seductive quality of the coffee itself. This is the second logo. The second logo was cleaned up a bit. The bare breast was covered up by the mermaid's flowing hair, although her belly was still visible. The color scheme was changed from coffee brown into the original logo to the familiar green. This logo lasted 6 years, from 1987 to 1992. The creation of this logo was a way to symbolize how Starbucks added handcrafted espresso beverages to their menu. Now this is the third revision of the Starbucks logo and was made in 1992. They cropped the image of the mermaid, making it a closer view. Her navel is no longer visible, and the mermaid's tail on either side are obscured, which creates some mystery and questions for those people who are not familiar with the earlier logos. The creation of this logo was a way to symbolize how Starbucks became a publicly traded company. And lastly, this last revision was made 2 years ago. Throughout the last 4 decades, the siren has been through it all, and now Starbucks has given her a small but meaningful update, wrote Chairman and CEO Howard Schultz on the company's website. He also stated, "It embraces and respects our heritage and at the same time evolves us to a point where we feel is more suitable for the future." And this is all the logos in one picture. In changing the logo a couple of times, the color of brown was then changed to green in a second transformation, because Starbucks wants to be an eco-friendly company. So how is Starbucks influenced to go green? Starbucks company profile takes action because they believe it's important to help and care for our planet, and they also encourage and work with others to do the same. As the company relies on agriculture products with the potential to be severely impacted by changes in climate, they're committed to reducing its operating costs and increase shareholder value through energy and water efficiency, and that's what Starbucks believes that makes a good business sense. For one thing, they build greener stores. By building environmentally and sound stores and facilities, conserving the energy and water Starbucks use, and purchase renewable energy credit. They're pushing themselves to reduce the environmental footprint on their operations. According to GreenDayToday.com, they decreased their energy by 7.5% when they replaced their store with LED lights. So they also like to do recycling and reducing waste. Starbucks is working to shrink their environmental footprint and meet the expectation of their customers. Providing recycling in their stores and ensuring the recycling of their cups are two of their foremost priorities. They made a huge difference by purchasing an energy equivalent of 50.4% of energy from the renewable source. They source 86% of their coffee ethically in their cafe, and their goal is to be 100% by the year 2015. Cups and materials. Starbucks is addressing environmental challenges which require them to think beyond their company. They are constantly looking to innovate and collaborate with like-minded organizations to reduce their cup and packaging waste. So this, as you can see, it's a Starbucks recyclable cup. And if you bring it to the store, or to the Starbucks store, you get 10 cents if you purchase coffee with it. Okay. And they also be aware of the climate change. Since 2004, Starbucks has been aggressively pursuing strategies to address this problem and help farmers mitigate the impact of climate change on their farms. So, ever since Starbucks was in business, they reached up to $14.7 million in loans to farmers. Their goal is $20 million by the year 2015. As you can see, Starbucks tries to give back to the community and does so effectively. So today, I talked about how Starbucks was created, the history of the different logos, and on top of that, how Starbucks is an eco-friendly company, which they are trying to further expand their environmental knowledge. Hopefully in the future, people will be more aware of the smaller details rather than focusing on the whole picture itself. Thank you.